Hello, welcome to Crypto Insights. My name is Thomas and I'm the host of this channel. This week I want to discuss 5IRE. 5IRE is supposed to be the most sustainable blockchain around. The only difference between 5IRE and all the other projects that I've discussed on this channel is that this coin is still in the initial coin offering stage, meaning it's not yet released. That means that we don't do any price predictions and we don't discuss CoinGecko and TradingView. So with that said, let's jump into this week's video. So this is the main webpage, 5ire.org. Blockchain meets sustainability. The transaction time is 600 milliseconds, which is pretty fast. The transaction throughput is high. The transaction fees are low, which is always relative, obviously. And the scalability is high. This is one of the problems in blockchain, because what you want is that the blockchain stays as fast or becomes even faster with the amount of traffic that comes through the protocol. So when the project grows, you also want to have the speed to grow, stay the same, or grow at the same pace. And they also found a solution for that. So what can they do for governments? From accountable policing to secure identity management, smart cities, county record offices, regional transportation authorities, and national government partners with 5ire for real-world citizen-focused solutions. So they offer a big scale of solutions. Then Fortune 500 companies, Fortune 500, which is the biggest companies currently, is for-profit companies recognize that doing good is beneficial for a bottom line. So sustainability is very central for this protocol. It's actually their unique selling point. And indeed, what they say it is that it's more and more important for big companies to show that they're actually sustainable, because investors take that in consideration before they participate in the company. So they consider themselves, 5ire, the world's first sustainable blockchain. I don't fully agree with that, because obviously a blockchain can be sustainable, but it can be more sustainable and less sustainable. And we already have other projects that also thought about different consensus mechanisms to make it more sustainable. And I will dig deeper into that later. So for social entrepreneurs, from venture capital to the world's first sustainable blockchain, we're here to work together. So universities, from accountable records and student identity management to integrate coursework focused on today's breakthroughs in the blockchain technology. So they really want to educate the future, so the students. Then patents and research. 5ire works with leading researchers in blockchain technology and human-centered design. We hold patents in several areas of blockchain technology and regularly publish peer-reviewed journals. So this is very important. They seem to have the new solution that makes blockchain more sustainable and better. And they protect themselves with patents, just like the big companies are doing. Then we go to the About Us section, where we read more about the vision and the mission. So the vision, be it 5ire Chain, our blockchain solution with a core dedicated to work towards UN's sustainable goals. So United Nations. The 5ire wallet to exchange value from our ethos aligned with our profits. 5ire Exchange to form a system of money marketplace for trading, an NFT marketplace to bring NFTs to the fore, and the 5ire VC fund to explore, encourage, and invest in projects that propagate for the benefit economy. We are committed to shifting the algorithm for profit to for benefit. This is a very important statement from them. So instead of just profiting from the staking in the blockchain, you will also have to do something sustainable. So I will dig later into that, deeper into that later. But that is their consensus model. So the mission, accelerating implementation of United Nations 2013 agenda for sustainable development. Our goal is to work hard to provide finance platforms that could potentially revolutionize access to capital and unlock potential for new investors in projects that address environmental challenges. So again, they're really attacking the environmental challenges and the sustainability. Then we go to the team, where I will mostly focus on the two co-founders, because obviously they are the most important figures in this protocol. And first we go to Pratik, where he seems to be a very known guy in Indian society. The company is mostly based in India, but located in London, UK. I also think that regarding India, it's a good upcoming economy. So economically wise, they're growing a lot. But they are also having, sometimes they ban Bitcoin, sometimes they accept Bitcoin. Cryptocurrency as a whole is in the news a lot in India, and it's a bit uncertain to do business there for now, as it seems. But he has a lot of experience, and his experience is mostly based on media. He was also entrepreneur 35 under 35, but that is a India Media Award, so it's not as huge as a Forbes prize or award. And you can see he has 56 experiences, and it seems like he is still invested in most of the projects that he started. So he has a lot on his agenda and a lot to do. And I prefer to see a team that is really dedicated to the blockchain, because it's a lot of work to do the marketing, the organization, the development. And maybe he is hoping for one of the projects to go big, or maybe he forgot to close them down. But I rather see somebody that is like fully dedicated to the project and goes more or less all in on the idea. Then we go to his partner, which is Pratik, and it seems like they found each other on the World Web Association full time, because they founded it together. He has experience as an intern. He has also experience in media, and now he's the founder and CMO of Firechain. So both of them are Indian. Both of them have experience in media. I don't really see a lot of blockchain experience, so it can be new. I mean, everyone has to start somewhere, but I have some questions and some doubts if I look at the CVs. Again, I might be wrong, and I'm happy that if you have more information, leave it in the comments. Then we go back to About Us. We have the backers, which there's a lot of backers, as you can see here. But I have to say that most of the backers I don't know. So they might be local venture capitalists, they might be local partners, but I don't know most of them. Then we go to partners, and there I do know, because they have a partner of Huawei Cloud, and they also are partnering with Booking.com, which is huge website. They're also having a lot of media presence, so that is also important that they're doing their marketing right. Then we dig deeper into the documentation to understand what is a sustainable blockchain and how does the scalability work. So scalability. Existing blockchains use single transaction pools where all transactions are stored within every node. 5-Hour Chain distributes transactions based on wallet addresses, and each transaction pool serves unique addresses. This helps us currently process transactions through a nested chain without worrying about transactions overlapping. So splitting it in smaller pieces is something that is called like sharding, but every blockchain developer and every protocol just calls it differently, but it's basically the same concept. Then we go to their concept and their consensus model. So, sustainable proof of stake. The disadvantages of proof of work and traditional proof of stake led us to think of other consensus methods. 5-Hour Chain will be the first blockchain to have sustainability embedded in the network's base layer. Validators' reputations will be based on the number of sustainable and ESG practices they follow. This allows for a voting protocol more complex than other consensus methods. So it's more complex than just a proof of stake, and removes the opportunity for centralization or cartelization while supporting commitment to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So it seems to be a proof of stake protocol, plus you have to do something sustainable. So it seems like the community is continuously checking each other, and the consensus is continuously checking that every validator is sustainable, that the whole community is sustainable. I am curious how this looks in a practical way, because it seems to be quite complicated. But again, this might be an amazing concept. If that really works, that everyone is also need to do good, so give before they take, that is an amazing concept. I have to give it to them, but let's see how it works later on. Then I wanted to see what are currently sustainable projects, what are currently sustainable blockchains. This article is dated from March last month, so it's quite recent. And on number 1, we have Shia, which I'm currently investing as well. The farming process used by Shia employs hard drives. So instead of machines working, it's hard drives. A concept known as proof of space, rather than the mining proof of work approaches by Bitcoin, which relies on computer processors. So saving it in hardware takes less energy consumption. I mean, obviously you have to buy the hardware, you need to buy the disks, but again, if you're mining Bitcoin, you also need to invest in processors, and those mining rigs can also be quite expensive. But regarding energy consumption, it's a lot less than Bitcoin proofs of work. So that's why Shia is number 1. Then on number 2, we have IOTA. IOTA is a very old project as well. IOTA uses the Tangle, an alternative form of technology that does not require miners. It maintains by smaller devices and as such have lower energy requirements. So with IOTA, when you send IOTA from your mobile, you're actually using the processing power of your phone to send it. And that is all the energy it consumes. So it's a very low proof of work, let's say. So it's a lot better than Bitcoin. Then on number 3, we have Cardano, which is probably the most known cryptocurrency of these 3. Unlike cryptocurrencies as Bitcoin, Cardano uses proof of stake. That is also the same base as 5-IR. System called Oborur. This requires users to purchase tokens in order to join the network, saving significant amounts of energy. The only downside of proof of stake is that you can have a hostile takeover. The same way is that when you're holding stocks in a company, if somebody buys 55% or 51%, they have decision power in what happens in the company. And that is the same risk with proof of stake. So you can build on proof of stake. And as 5-IR says, if they build a kind of rule where you have to be sustainable and you continuously have to prove that you have your ethics are okay, then that might help to work on a better proof of stake model. Then we go to their Twitter page. They have 261,000 followers. They publish a lot, but what I noticed is that this one is 60 minutes ago, so you can't really judge, but they had 1 like. This one has 62 likes. So on 261,000 followers, the amount of likes and engagement from the followers is fairly low, in my opinion, compared to other projects. So that is something that I would like to see, like engagement on the Twitter page. So because this project is early stage and they're actually at the ICO, so the initial coin offering, you can get whitelisted, and therefore there is no price information. So we cannot look into CoinGecko or into TradingView and really check at the patterns that are taking place. So this is also high risk, high reward, because we, again, don't have that price information. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about this protocol or have any other information, please share it in the comments. I would be happy to start a discussion with you. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you next week. Bye.